Hey, AnimeBear here, or as I'm going by now, Bento. Um, Been a while since I posted anything, and usually it was just me doing singing stuff and karaoke and that kind of stuff. But been thinking that a lot of my friends have been doing vlogs and stuff like that, so I might start getting into that kind of stuff myself. Um, and I think I'm going to start with something that a friend of mine. Well, he didn't start with it as his vlogs, but was one of his early ones. Um, and that was coming out stories, because he's right. There are a lot in the younger generation that are struggling with it right now. Gay teen suicides are way up, and the country just really doesn't care, and that really makes me sad. I mean, growing up with the kind of atmosphere I grew up in, as far as my house atmosphere, with having a single parent and being an only child, I really can't understand it. But I came out when I was 18, though I knew since God ever. I mean, there was never any real doubt in my mind. But I had met a guy, and I felt, you know what, it's really time to stop lying to my mom. Now, granted, I wish that my grandmother would have been alive to see that, because her and my mother were like basically the people that raised me, and I loved more than anything. But in honor of my grandmother, I suggested to my mom that we go out to Dairy Queen, because my grandmother loved Dairy Queen and when she was alive, and she and I used to sit in the back seat and have eating contests to see who could get through their ice cream cone faster. And to this day, I can eat a Dairy Queen ice cream cone in under a minute, just because of how my grandma taught me. Makes me happy. Of course, on the side of a house, but that's changing, so hey. But that's for another vlog. But, so my mom and I were eating ice cream in the car, and I looked over at her and I said, "Mom, I've got something I need to say to you." And she goes, "What is it? Is everything okay?" I said, "Yeah, everything is okay, but I'm gay." And she looked over at me and said, "Are you sure?" And I said, felt like saying, yeah, kinda. But I said, "Yeah, I've known for quite a long time." And she was like, "Okay, your grandmother and I always kind of suspected, but we never said anything." I know it's not that easy for a lot of people, and with my mother, even though she accepted me for who I was, I had to educate her, because she assumed that all gay men had AIDS. Not even HIV, AIDS. So I had to honestly sit down and educate her. And it took her for a while when I was dating my ex, because he was my first boyfriend, and we were together for 7 years. It took her a while to accept it, I guess, for lack of a better word. She was okay with it, but like, she invited me to a Christmas party at her office, and her broker was gay, but she didn't want my ex and I to like dance together or hold hands or anything, until one of her coworkers goes, "Our boss is gay. Who cares?" So, in the 12 years now that I've been out, because I'm about to be 30 in 2 weeks. In the 12 years that I've been out, she's finally completely gotten where she's cool with completely everything, and that's wonderful. I mean, she was always okay with me being gay. It's just she needed an education because she wasn't sure. That being said, I think that that is something that people, when they get ready to come out, need to be prepared to do. They need to be prepared to educate their family and friends. Know what you're talking about. Know, if they're afraid of getting HIV from you, because there are some people that think you can get it from just knowing the person. I have friends that told me that they were told they could give it to somebody through a computer screen. I don't know. But be there to educate, be there to answer questions. Don't freak out if someone asks you, well, why would who's the top, who's the bitch and who's the, you're going to get the weirdest questions. Just take them with a grain of salt and know they're going to be there, and know that they're not necessarily there making fun of you. It's just ignorance. And the best way for us to fight homophobia is to fight ignorance and educate. There are studies out that say that most people who are homophobic and who are against gay marriage don't know anyone who's gay. And by educating people, you're spreading the word and letting them understand that it's not a sickness, it's not a disease, it's just who you are. If they quote the Bible at you, I'm going to be right off the bat, I'm not religious. But say, well, if God made us all in his image, then how could he have made a mistake with me? Again, it's all about educating people who just don't know. This is what they grew up all their lives thinking. You need to understand that and help them learn. That's the best way. By doing that, hopefully by the time the people who are in Generation Y, the people who are, 15, 16, 17, getting ready to come out now and are watching this, or even if you're in your 20s and getting ready to watch this, hopefully by the time you're my age, things will be changing for the better. We have a presidential election coming up, and there's lots of states that are having this discussion of gay marriage and equality. It needs to be talked about, and you need to educate your friends who might not know. But don't be afraid to come out to your loved ones. Your parents love you unconditionally. I know that not everyone has the same upbringing that I do, and in some extremely religious households it might be more difficult. Know that any negative reaction is just because of ignorance and how people were raised, and don't take it to heart. Don't do something that your family and friends are going to regret later. As hurt as you might be, it gets better. I am happy where I'm at. I have friends that care about me. I have my family. I used to think of ending it, but you know what? Yeah, that'll end your pain and make it really easy on you. But deep down inside, you love the people that you left behind, and you really don't want to make them feel pain. Not like that. Not that kind of pain. Educate them, forgive them, love them. That's really the best advice I can give. But be who you are. Don't be afraid. Don't think it's anything wrong with it. Be who you are and be happy. And I guess that's it. This is my first actual vlog, so Hopefully they'll get better and less serious. Well, with time, I'm still learning, I guess. I'm a vlog virgin. But it does get better. If you're afraid of coming out, there are people that can help you. You know, you can go online, look up, GLBT centers in your area, and there are counselors that can help you and your family cope with it if you're afraid to do it alone. So, all right, that's it. Have a good one. Bye.